is only Christmas Eve, but it will depend on yourself what sort of Christmas you spend.
Today is very impossible for me to
We
start.
won't talk about that until later on. I presume you give me a moment.
Yes, I can.
Abu, I was in Nonsense restaurant and I saw your husband going down the street.
Yes?
The video.
What then?
He makes a bold to ask if it was a Mrs. Lee.
Yes, it was.
That's what I've been told.
Just
She's a great friend of yours, isn't she?
Yes,
I know her once upon a
I'm
time.
aware of that.
Right. So you know all about it. Then I may ask without beating about the bushes, Mrs. Lee, to have an appointment at the park.
How dare you, Mr. Crockston, a subordinate of my husband, come here and start asking me questions? Well, you shall be answered. Yes, Miss Lynn is to have a post in the bank, and I am the one who pleaded her case, I can tell you.
Oh,
that.
so I was right in what I thought.
Sometimes one has a little bit of influence, I hope. Especially if you're a lady, you do not have to follow all that. But you, Mr. Crockston, and other subordinates should be so careful so as not to offend
Those who have influenced Mrs. Selma.
Exactly.
Mrs. Selma, you'll be so good as to see that I'm allowed to maintain my subordinate post at the bank.
What do you mean?
You'll be so kind to see that I can maintain my subordinate post at the bank.
Who proposes to take your post in the bank, Mr.
Can you keep quiet, Mrs. Selma? I don't think whom I have to thank for being turned on, Mrs. Selma. And there is no pretense of ignorance, Mrs. Selma. For whom I have to thank for being turned down.
But I assure you,
Very likely. I should advise you to use your influence to prevent that.
I have no influence.
Oh, haven't? But you just said that right now yourself.
Naturally, I didn't mean it for you to put it into construction. What makes you think I have such influence over my husband?
I have known your husband since our student days. I don't suppose there's anyone assailable than other husbands.
Speak lightly of my husband, and I will turn you out of this
You're
house.
bold, Mrs. Selma.
I am no longer afraid of you. Very soon the new year will come, and I'll be free from all these things.
Listen to me. If necessary, I am prepared to fight for my small post in the bank as if I were fighting for my own life.
So it seems.
It is not only for the sake of money. And indeed, that was the least with me in the matter. I just say that, just like everybody else that was once guilty of an indiscretion.
I have had
Ah,
the
good. The matter never came to court. And that is why I decided to take into the business that you know of. And I may honestly say that I've not been one of the worst, but I have to cut myself free from all that. My sons are growing up. And for their sake, I must win as much respect as I possibly could in town. That small post at the bank was one short step to that. But your husband wants to put me down into the mud.
I have no power to help you at all, Mr.
Then it is because you haven't the will, but I have the means to compel you, Mrs. Selma.
Do you mean you're going to tell my husband about the money that I owe you?
Suppose I want to tell you.
That would be perfectly in favor of you, Mr. Crockston. For my husband learning my secret that has been my joy and pride through such an ugly and clumsy way. Through you, Mr. Crockston, that will put me in a horribly disagreeable position.
Only disagree.
Okay, then do it. You have to do it. Do it. Yeah. Then my husband will see for himself what sort of a blackguard you are, and he will still lose your
Mrs.
vote.
Selma, I only asked if it was a disagreeable thing you're afraid of at all.
If help us to find out about it, then he will pay you off all the money that we owe you, and will have nothing to do with you at all.
Listen to me. Either you have a very bad memory, or you know little business. I'll be obliged to remind you of some details.
What do you mean?
When your husband was ill, you came to me to borrow 250 pounds.
I had no one else to
I
borrow.
promised to get you that amount of money.
Which you did.
I promised to get you that amount of money, but your mind was carried away with your husband's illness. That you did not give attention to accommodations of others. Then it will not be amiss if I remind you of some details. I promised to get that amount of money on a security of a bond, which I did.
Which I signed.
Good. But below your signature, there are some few lines constituting of your father's surety about the man which he himself should have signed.
Sure, he did sign them.
I had left some lines blank, Mrs. Selma. That is to say that your father himself should have inserted the day on which he dated his signature there. Do you remember that?
Yes, I think I remember.
Then I gave him the bond to send by post to your father.
Yes?
Good, because naturally 5 or 6 days later you brought me the bond with your father's signature. Then I gave the money.
Well, haven't I been paying it off regularly?
Fairly so, yes. But to come back to the matter in hand, that must have been a trying time to you, Mrs. Selma.
Indeed it was.
Oh, your father was very ill.
He was very near his end.
And he died soon afterwards. But Mrs. Selma, can you by any chance remember what day your father died? The day of the month, I mean.
Papa died on the 29th of September.
The 29th of September. Ooh, I was certain it myself. And if that is so, there's a discrepancy on which I cannot account.
Discrepancy? What
The
do you mean?
discrepancy, Mrs. Selma, is that your father dated his signature 3 days after his death.
What do you mean? I don't
Hey,
understand.
Mrs. Selma, your father died on the 29th of September, look here. But he dated his signature on the 2nd of October. That's a discrepancy. Can you explain that to me? Yeah. It is a remarkable thing that the word 2nd of October, as well as the year, are not written in your father's handwriting. But in one that I know, it is genuine. Maybe someone may have forgotten of your father's death and may have done it haphazard. It only depends on the signature of the name. But let me suppose that it was your father himself who dated his signature.
No, it was I who wrote Papa's name.
Hey, you know that's a dangerous confession you're making.
In what way? You shall have your money soon.
Mrs. Selma, let me ask you a question. Why didn't you send the post to your father himself?
I couldn't have sent the papers to Papa. He could have wanted to know what the money was for, and I couldn't have told him what dangerous condition my husband was in.
Well, it is time that I would have advised you that you would have given up the trip.
I couldn't have given up that trip. That trip saved my husband's life.
And did it occur to you that you're committing a fraud on me?
I couldn't have taken that into account. I couldn't have troubled myself with you, Mr. Frogstad. You put so many heartless difficulties on my way, yet you knew what dangerous condition my husband was in.
Mrs. Selma, I dare say that you have a little clearer knowledge of what is that you've just done. And what cost me all my reputation is nothing more or nothing worse than what you have just done.
Do you want me to believe that you would risk everything to save your
Ah,
husband?
the law cares nothing about motives.
Then it is a very foolish law.
Foolish or not, it is by the law which you will be judged if I produce these papers in court.
It's impossible. Isn't a daughter supposed to save her own dying father's life and free him from anxiety and care? Isn't a wife supposed to save her own dying husband's life? I do not know much about law, Mr. Cromstad, but I am very sure there are some laws permitting such cases. Don't you have any knowledge on such laws? You are a very, very poor lawyer, Mr. Cromstad.
Mrs. Selma, maybe so. But matters of business such as you and I have had together, don't you think I have little knowledge about that? Let me tell you something. If I lose my position for a second time, you shall lose yours with mine.